Local Sky 3, the biggest views from where you live.
It sure is feeling like summer these days, isn't it? Which means that those June days right around the corner and your kids are going to be busy. I'm sorry, not busy, bored by about the third day if they're like mine. So happily, Tish Gailmard is here from the Chattanooga Nature Center to keep them busy.
That's right.
Summer camps, you still have
That's
some
right.
spots
We've got
open.
spots open. We really have one of the most spectacular summer camps. I say that all the time, but you got to experience it. It is so much fun.
Well, where else can you go to camp and meet Olivia the possum?
And meet a possum and feed a possum and pet a possum.
Now, she's not the one you typically bring.
No, Phoebe is the one I usually bring. Olivia is new, and Olivia came to us from a local possum rehabber. And Olivia, unfortunately, was stolen from the wild when she was young and kept as a pet. So she really doesn't even know she's a possum. So she can't go back to the forest. She's too kind, she's too sweet, and is not fearful.
Well, I thought that she was afraid, actually, because she was, just a minute ago, she was kind of climbing up Tish, and I said, oh, bless her heart, is she scared? And that's when you said, no, she just thinks that she's human.
She loves to snuggle.
She loves to snuggle.
She loves to snuggle, and I'm feeding her grapes right now. This is one of her favorite things.
You know, you bring up a good point, though, in fairness to the person who, I guess, took her. If you are somewhere and you see some babies that seem to be abandoned or something, I think your heart says, oh, I'll take them in.
Right. Most people are very well-meaning, but wildlife simply does not need to be around humans. And typically when you see a baby in the wild that maybe doesn't have its mom right there with it, mom is usually nearby, and mom is usually watching. That baby may be experiencing going out on its own for the first time, and mom's watching. We tell everyone, don't interfere with wildlife. If you feel like an animal is truly abandoned or injured, then call us. Call us at the Nature Center, call one of the local rehabbers, and they can walk you through whether that animal really does need to be rescued.
You know, to that point, I'll kind of segue that to the summer camp thing. When you are a child, the things that you're taught stick with you in a different way. So not just the love of nature that they'll learn at camp, but they might learn some things when they're 35 and there's a baby bird in their backyard, they'll think back.
Exactly. And we have people who tell us that.
Really?
Oh, I remember learning that. And that's one thing we really want to impart everyone who comes on our property with knowledge about nature and how to get along with nature, how to work with nature, how to appreciate nature and really value it. And so these are the things we want to instill in our campers and in any of our guests.
It is still very much camp, though. So for those of you who might be thinking, yeah, but you know, my kid's not really much of an outdoorsy person. A, this is your chance. And B, what kid doesn't love to get filthy dirty and have an excuse? Don't y'all have some mud?
We have a mud pit. The mud pit is world famous.
It is.
We have a giant pit in the backyard, actually in the side yard, and we fill it with water, and the kids have, it is the absolute highlight of camp. They have mud hairdo, mud makeup, they roll in the mud, and then we have a slip and slide in the backyard to get them clean.
That's what gets it. So when they get picked up,
They're clean.
They're a little cakey, maybe.
They might have some mud in their ears, but they're fairly clean.
That is so fun.
And we have adults who want to do mud day. It is absolutely a blast. And one thing about our camp is these children are out in the woods, playing in the trees, paddling on the creek, swimming in the creek, climbing trees, hiking, and they don't know they're learning.
Yes.
They are truly learning, and they don't even realize it.
And what ages do you see campers?
5 to 14.
So for probably now, by the time they're, I would even venture to say 8, they all have one of these.
Yep.
And you don't even realize, and they don't realize how much they're on it. And they can't have it at camp, can
That's
they?
right. No screen time. This is time to be out in the woods playing. And one thing we've learned too is we teach these kids how to have fun outside. And then when they leave our camp, they can do those things in their own woods and their own backyard. So they're taking away all these wonderful values and lessons with them. And again, not even realizing that they're learning.
So talk about
She's
Olivia.
chasing my empty bag.
Yeah, you've given her all of her grapes. People have this idea that possums are very aggressive. Are they?
No, they're not. Now, I will tell you, if you corner a possum and you threaten an opossum, they're going to stand their ground. They're going to hiss at you. They're going to open their mouth and show their 50 teeth, and they're going to hiss at you. They're simply protecting themselves. If you don't bother a possum, they are going to just go about their ways and forage at night and find their food and eat lots of ticks to keep us all safe from Lyme and Rocky Mountain spotted. And this is nature's garbage man. They clean the forest for us. You know, think about when you're hiking, you're not stepping over carrion. You're not stepping over nasty things on the forest floor. It's because the possum is there to clean it up for us.
I'm laughing at her because she's just like a dog. Like she just kind of licked her lips because those grapes were so good.
Yep.
So we have a minute left. At the camp, you do the same theme, right, every week now?
Our camps are changing each week.
Each week they're changing.
There's a different theme for each week, and there's different themes for ages as well. So if you have a camper and you want them to come to camp all summer long, they could.
And they'll not experience the same thing twice.
That's right. I mean, they might see some of the same things, but the theme is different. They're going to go out and do different things.
Okay, and if you're not old enough, if you're too old to be in camp, still go on their website, reflectionwriting.org. Take a look at the personal guided tours and things that they have.
Yes.
That could be a real highlight for you this summer.
Great summer thing to do.
Super, super fun. 821-1160 is their phone number. Again, reflectionwriting.org. Enjoy your lunch, Olivia.
Say thank you.
Count on School Patrol, taking you inside local schools so you know what's happening for yourself, what your students are learning, and the decisions your school boards are making. School Patrol is coverage you can count on only on Local 3 News.
At Chattanooga College, we